One is unable to see it.
No, we can see it. Thanks.
And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, I'm Hamza, and Matey now makes it possible for justice to happen in minutes, not months. Um, my background's in being a PM at Google, doing deep learning on Tesla's Model 3 team, and selling an edtech startup to a larger edtech startup. Whereas my co-founders, Jared and Lachlan, are multi-decade quantitative traders, trading through multiple notable acquisitions to mega funds. And Jared actually pioneered AI, specifically neural networks, in the year 2007 when trading the US stock markets. And they both joined forces eventually to start their own successful quantitative trading firm before we all met at our last company. Now let's get right into it. Let me teach you a little bit about litigation today, where a complaint is when someone says that something bad happened. Discovery is a research project to understand what actually happened. And trial is when the judge says who's right and who's wrong. So as you can see, the majority of the costs are concentrated in discovery, and let me just show you how bad it truly is. So one of our users, about 2 weeks back, a few weeks back, her name's Ashley, image anonymized, of course. She's a San Francisco-based criminal defender who actually had the prosecutor dump 70,000 files onto her with a 72-hour plea deal notice on whether she wanted her guy to get 5 years in prison if she took that deal, or potentially go to trial and get her guy life. And very difficult decision for her, of course. Her and her paralegal could maybe get through 5% of those documents in those 72 hours. Unfortunately, this is a very prototypical case where attorneys on average spend 300 hours or more reviewing discovery every single case and still miss over 10% of key facts that are potentially outcome changing for the case. And that's exactly why we built Matey, which is a litigator copilot that automates discovery workflows in less than 10 minutes. Now, I'll show you a little demo of what happened to Ashley that Friday night when these 70,000 documents were dumped on her. She simply uploads them. Our AI agents that are actually fine-tuned by the best attorneys in the world for each specialization of law are then now auto-sorting them into the folders that Ashley cares about. At this point, actually, over 95% of her workflow is done. And now she can just sort by confidence on how confident the AI is for, the wiretaps folder or search warrants folder. And now everything's pretty much done. She can just smooth out any last mile knowledge gaps by asking about who the witnesses were in the case. And as you can see here, she doesn't have to believe her AI. She can just click directly into the sources if she doesn't believe what her AI says. Now, this has fortunately given us some exciting progress and traction, where just 4 months into launch, we have over 200% month-over-month growth, and every single attorney that puts a case into our system immediately follows up with one or more cases. And this is despite the concept of the billable hour does not affect us at all. We have over $3.5 million in annualized revenue at this point and $77 million in a very warm pipeline. And we're actually really happy to announce that our $4 million round is highly oversubscribed with 6.6 million committed to date. And our most common angel is from OpenAI. Thank you.
Thank you, Matty. Well done. All right. Raza, what are your thoughts?
Very interesting model. I think I totally get it. The whole discovery part of how much time it's spent. I think the question that was not clear to me were two or three. One of them, I don't understand the pricing model, meaning that an attorney's are they paying fixed fees per month, or is it by the amount of documents they upload? I think that part is will be very interesting to me, because if it's fixed pricing, then I don't know if that's the right model. One, and two, attorneys who are spending that much time, right, they are billing for it. So if they do this quicker, they're going to make less money. So I didn't understand that paradox, right? And also, what is the target market here? Small firms, medium firms, large firms. Because large firms can scale up, scale down, right? The problem that Hamza presented, they could have easily hired like 10 people, or they could staff up, staff down. And also, like with overseas, staffing in legal as well, you can also cut down the costs. So I think questions on the business model.
Good points.
I mean, what do you guys think, Tatiana and Craig?
So I had exactly the same question with you, Reza. It came down to billable hours for lawyers. At the end of the day, lawyers make money through billing, and they will go to court and demand an extension or other things. So it's, how does that work? Secondly, I see you have an expert team, but I see no lawyers on the founding team. So how do you deal with regulatory compliance, judicial reviews, special cases? How are libraries updated? So really this is from a technological and judicial legal aspect, because I imagine when somebody's life or livelihood is on, I wouldn't just want an AI agent to be doing my lawyer's work.
And I will
Yeah.
just add really quickly off of what both Tatiana and Raza said. I'm totally curious about that integration with the lawyers. And I'm curious about what breaks first or next in your model. Like, it seems like things are going amazingly well. Like, what's going to break?
All right, cool. I can get right into it. I'll just start off by answering the questions, then I'll share a slide to answer the last question. So the bill per hour, fortunately, actually works in our favor in both cases, big firms and small firms. Big firms, no matter like what their hourly rate is, and no matter how much they can scale up or scale down, which is a very astute observation, by the way, they all outsource their work to these ALSPs, which like are fixed costs. They actually tackle discovery and they compete with each other. So they actually have an incentive to save money and be as efficient as possible. So like big firms, these $1,000 an hour lawyers are not going to be looking at documents saying relevant, not relevant. They outsource all of that. And those outsourced entities are actually our distribution partners that have a revenue share with us, 70-30 in our favor. So that works well. Small firms, they want to save costs and do fixed fees, right? Many like law.com published something recently where they're all moving to fixed fees to compete with big firms to get deals. So the bill per hour is fully taken care of from both cases. Business model, for small firms, it's a all-you-can-eat license. It's been working really well. It's a new paradigm shift that we're pushing on. And for government agencies, like our huge contract, it's actually on a per case tier basis. So we get paid with every additional case that comes in. And then lastly, to tackle that last question, we're actually really excited about our expertise here. The way we go to market is we didn't have time in our deck, but I'll just show it here. Our product's co-designed and distributed by the best attorneys in each area of law. These are all legends in their own respective areas of law. And we have a 70-30, if not 80-20 revenue share with a lot of the firms here. And we're really excited to say that the reason why the fifth guy is not on this slide is because we hired him. So we have quite a few expertise across our team. And these people are mandated to actually spend a few hours a week with us. So we pretty much have a lot of attorneys at our disposal.
Excellent.